Hello and welcome to the IBA's weekly bulletin of news and information for the radio and television trade. Multi-channel digital sound. That's the prospect when DBS starts using the Mac system. We take a close look at the digital side of Mac. In transmitter news, the latest relays to be equipped for Channel 4 and details of 2 new relays. In Dorset, Chilfroom, and in Devon, CLENNON Valley. More details later.
We've previously shown how Mac pictures are completely free from cross-colour, doing away with the spurious colour patterning often seen with PAL. For DBS, the vision signal consisting of lines of time-compressed colour difference and luminance is transmitted using frequency modulation. The sound, on the other hand, is a digital signal. During intervals between picture lines, in place of conventional sync pulses, we transmit a burst of digits. This carries more than just the sound. It's a multi-purpose data channel, and it also provides synchronization for the picture. There are 3 European variants of the Mac formats: CMac, DMac and D2Mac. The main differences relate to the way in which the data is transmitted, and we'll have more about this another time. But essentially, D2Mac is only half the data capacity of CMac or DMac. For now, we'll look at the data part of the full capacity CMac or DMac system.
Each burst of data is broadcast at a rate of 20.25 megabits per second. That's about 3 times the rate of teletext pulses. The data signal is present for only about 10 microseconds during each 64 microsecond line period ahead of the picture signal. This gives 206 bits of data on each line. An exception is line 625. This is made up entirely of digital data, 1296 bits instead of 206. The receiver uses the data signal to generate its own 20.25 MHz clock signal. This is useful as a timing reference for expanding the picture signals to recreate an RGB signal. The Mac decoder expands colour difference by a factor of 3 to 1 and luminance by 3 to 2. The expansion circuits would use analog charge-coupled devices or, alternatively, digital techniques. Meanwhile, the data signal is decoded to provide picture synchronization and digital sound.
Let's take a look at the data format in a little more detail, starting with picture synchronization. We're looking here at the 206 bits of data that precede each line of the compressed picture. Following a run-in bit, the next 6 bits are used for picture line sync in place of the conventional pulse. The pattern of these synchronization bits alternates between lines, but near the end of the frame, each is repeated, and this tells the receiver when the next frame is about to start. There's also another way of achieving sync. Line number 625, made up entirely of digital data, starts with a pattern of 96 bits. These are identified by the receiver as frame sync, and the decoder can then generate its own line sync pulses.
Following the synchronization bits, 623 of the 625 lines each contain 198 bits of digital data. Each complete 625 line picture frame carries more than 120,000 bits, and this is divided up into 164 packets of 751 bits. The packet scheme allows great flexibility, since individual packets may be assigned to various services, either sound or data channels. The digital data stream carries a total of 4,100 packets per second. It's equivalent to a data rate of around 3 megabits per second. This data stream can be used for many different purposes, either sound or data channels. The keynote is flexibility.
Each individual packet contains an address to identify which service it belongs to. The receiver's decoder picks out all the packets for a particular sound channel and then decodes the digital signal to audio. For example, a single high-quality mono sound channel with an audio bandwidth of 15 kHz needs just over 500 packets per second. 4 stereo sound channels take up 4,012 packets per second, leaving some 88 packets per second, which could carry other useful data.
If it sounds complicated, well, it is. But at least the Mac packet sound system is now a European standard and is expected to be used by all countries for DBS. In fact, Mac is more than just an improved quality television service with multiple sound channels. It can carry a mixture of television sound, radio and data services, and it can even be adapted to provide widescreen pictures. More about that in a few weeks.
Transmitter news now, starting with special announcements. In Somerset, the main station at Mendip is liable to reduce power between 9:30 and 1 today, and again over the next 2 to 3 days. This is for transmitter work. In the Midlands, Channel 4 from Sutton Coldfield is on reduced power today until about 1:30. In Cumbria, the relay at Milham Park is off the air this morning between 9:15 and midday. This is because of work by the Electricity Board. This afternoon in Great Yarmouth and Norwich, Radio Broadland's medium wave service on 1152 kHz will be off the air between 2 and 4 for essential transmitter maintenance. Tomorrow morning an interruption to transmissions from Sheffield begins at 9:30, lasting about an hour. This will also affect Totley Rise.
Tomorrow in Wales, Llanbryn Mawr will be off between 11 and midday because of work by the Electricity Board. And for the same reason, in Surrey, Guildford will be off tomorrow between 10 and midday. On Thursday, in Lancashire, a mains interruption means Bacup will be off between 9 and 1. This will also affect Whitworth. On Friday, there are likely to be short interruptions at Luton, lasting 10 minutes each, at 8:30 in the morning, and again sometime during the afternoon. This is for aerial work.
New relays next, and now expected in early March in Torbay, CLENNON Valley. This is for about 1,100 people in parts of CLENNON Valley and Totnes Road, Paynton. Programmes from TSW and TVAM will be on Channel 49, with Channel 4 on 42. Group B aerials should be used vertically polarised. CLENNON Valley is now expected in early March.
In Dorset, Chilfram, which was expected at the end of this month, has been delayed. It now seems unlikely to come on before the second half of March. We'll give you more details when we can.
Channel 4 next, and now on the air in Wiltshire, Shrewton on Channel 47, and in Scotland, Mallaig on Channel 50, Glen Urquhart on 47, and Wester Urquhart on 31. These stations add another 3,100 people to Channel 4's coverage. Expected on the air later this week in Scotland, Braemar on Channel 49, in Derbyshire, Chinley on 67, and in Cornwall, Looe on 50. Hope to be ready towards the end of next week on South Uist, Kilbride on 42, and in Derbyshire, Hope on 32.
And that's all for this week. But if you have any technical queries on independent television or local radio, do contact us. Our address, Engineering Information Service, Independent Broadcasting Authority, Crawley Court, Winchester, Hampshire, postcode SO21 2QA. You can telephone our inquiry office on Winchester, area code 0962 822444. If it's cheaper, you can dial our London number 584 7011 and ask for engineering information. We'll be on the air again next Tuesday at 9:15 and again in all regions except Wales at 12:15. So, from Murray Nicholson and from me, John Lovell, goodbye until next week.